Recorded live in Atlanta, Georgia at the Legacy Worldwide Studio. Welcome to the 100th episode of Your World with Creflo, featuring the Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor Tyrese Gibson and his wife Samantha Lee Gibson.
Look up, live free, dream big, and see the world is yours. The world is yours. I tried to break free, you tried to keep me bound. I tried to live right, you tried to keep me down.
You know, I raised my hand at that church service and I said, Lord Jesus, come into my heart.
Anywhere that I've been before, I'm flying, man. It's kind of crazy, like my feet are lifting off the ground. I'm touching heaven with my hands now to get the sound. But though I'm flying, my head is still level and I won't be bound.
God has called you, and He's called everybody. You know, we all got to call Him.
In the name of Jesus.
That's
what I'm talking about, yeah.
Just refuse to quit when you're down and get back up again.
I forgive myself.
Thank you.
I need a face scratch on it.
That's grace. That's what it is. Welcome to Tank. Let me shout on that.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Creflo Dollar.
Hello, I'm Creflo Dollar, and welcome to a very special edition of Your World. Now, today's show is about the celebration of a milestone. Today, we mark the 100th episode of Your World. Before we share any of the surprises we have in store for our two-part celebration, I want to begin by saying thank you to the guests who have appeared on this show, sharing everything from their darkest moments to their most inspiring. You've allowed me to counsel and to share God's grace and your stories, and I thank you. I want to also thank our studio audience of former guests who have returned today for our 100th episode reunion. I also want to thank our viewers at home for their constant support and for so many of you who have since become partners with our ministry and part of our Your World family. Now, since Your World's first show aired through 99 episodes later, we've sought and found answers to some of life's biggest challenges. We've never shied away from the most controversial subjects, and together we have gained spiritual insight. We've been inspired. We've seen how God's grace can comfort, uplift, and change lives forever. And that, my friends, is what we want to celebrate most of all. During this special 100th episode, we'll hear updates from past guests whose powerful testimonies led us to a new level of understanding, compassion, and faith. And today we'll also feature a very special surprise guest, Grammy-nominated singer and box office superstar Tyrese Gibson and his wife Samantha are here with us today. Praise God. So audience, are you ready? Okay then, let's get this celebration started right here on Your World.
And now, please welcome motivational author and speaker, the Hope Coach, Tawana Williams.
Your World has featured a variety of guests whose heartfelt stories of love, courage, and forgiveness have inspired us all. Past guests have included former addicts, celebrities, leaders, and those who have struggled and met life's challenges. let's take a quick look back at some of the most inspirational guests and stories from Your World's first 100 episodes.
So you don't feel sorry for yourself?
For what? For what? For what? No, ain't nothing handicap about me.
Oh. How did you raise your daughter with no arms?
With my feet.
With your feet.
I'm just saying. God told me I could do it, and guess what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I make things happen.
You know, Tawana, I know people with arms and legs and they're handicapped.
Yeah.
Because when your thinking is handicapped, your life is handicapped.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I am so honored to have you on this show today.
Wow.
The Hope Coach. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Where was Ike Jr. the night of the shooting?
He went to visit one of his old high school buddies. When they would come into town from a break from school, they would all get together, but this particular night, another young man decided to rob him. He pulled out a pistol and he shot all of the boys. He killed my son instantly. He killed his friend that was with him.
Isaac Brown Jr. and Barry played video games. Griner sat back. They say he pulled out a gun and started shooting.
Gavin Barry will tell you the next thing he knows is pop, 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 pop. All successive gunfire in rapid succession.
Hicks and Brown's family sat in the front row of the courtroom listening to every word. Brown's father, a Jacksonville sheriff's officer, left when graphic details of the murder scene were played out.
You get the opportunity to see the individual who is responsible for your son being dead. Tell us about that.
I tell you, when I saw him, I just loved him. You know?
Really?
I wasn't angry, and I just loved him, Doc.
And there's love, there was love in your heart?
Instantly.
Really?
You know, none of those feelings I thought I was going to have. And I wanted to assure him that God loved him and that I loved him. And I said, I need to ask you for a favor. I said, I miss Ike Jr. And I said, if you will, I'd like you to fill in for him till we all get to heaven.
Wow. Wow. So when do you recall the sexual abuse beginning?
The beginnings of it was when I was 7. It's my father. He grabs me and says, "No, you're not going anywhere. Sit down. We're getting ready to have some fun." He grabs me up by my collar, brings me in, and begins to beat me with belt, buckle, belt, whatever it is. He makes me take off all my clothes. I get in the bed, then he gets in the bed, and I'm laying there shaking, scared, raping every day. It felt like it was just never ending.
I got all kinds of emotions going on in me right now. I'm angry, and I wonder how is it that you can sit here and the only thing that calms me is God's wonderful grace.
After being on Your World with Dr. Dollar, my life has changed dramatically. I had a lot of people to come to me and say how much it blessed them. It actually helped me to be free of being bondage to people. And I was so happy that I was able to be a blessing to others and for people to just come to me and let me know, how it has changed their life. It helped me to have a deeper relationship with my dad. It actually also helped to change other people's lives. And young girls was coming up to me, and a lot of people came up to me to let me know how much the testimony that I shared with them gave them the opportunity to be free. Your World with Creflo Dollar is truly a blessing, and I just pray that everyone who watches it will be blessed by it also.
We'll be right back after these announcements.
Creflo Dollar is more committed than ever to his mission of saving and transforming lives. Now it's your time to be an agent of change in your world. Say yes with your tax-deductible gift of just $35. Creflo will immediately send you his 5-part life course, The Grace Life Collection. Each session will provide solutions to release power in every area of your life. You'll also get your own Grace Certificate. Not only will your support help your world expand to more markets and more stations, you'll transform lives and give others the tools they need to receive God's grace in life. Stand with Creflo. Respond today.
Welcome back to the 100th episode of Your World with Creflo, featuring Tyrese Gibson and his wife Samantha Lee Gibson. Please welcome the Christian hip-hop artist, Uncle Reese.
Understand what people may say. They believe.
Being on Dr. Dollar's show blessed my life in an amazing way. It caused me to look more thoroughly into the purpose of why I started gospel music. And I just thank God for this show. So Dr. Dollar, I want to thank you, the entire staff that put this show together. You guys are doing an amazing work for the kingdom of God. And I never want you to get weary in your well-doing. God bless you. During the past 100 shows, Dr. Creflo Dollar has offered spiritual guidance and direction to guests who have felt that their lives were over, ruined in chaos, or simply didn't have a purpose. Your World's mission is to help people be transformed and experience real change and breakthrough in their lives. Let's look back on some of Your World's guests whose lives have been transformed.
What was the final straw that said, you know, I'm going to get involved in drugs? Was it something that we was just trying, or was it something that was used to cover some pain? What was it?
It was all the above.
Yeah.
By losing everything that I had and by doing what I did, by my kidneys, me failing with my marriage. And I love my wife dearly. Lord, I gave it to God, and I know He's going to restore it.
Tell me, I'm gonna add my faith with yours, man. I just don't believe that you're here for no reason at all. I am so convinced that my God can do anything.
Oh, yes.
And you are. You guys know this. Even though I'm in the middle of this situation, I trust God.
Lord.
I was told things like, I hate you. You're a loser.
As a little girl?
As a little girl. As a little girl. I felt so alone and I felt so broken in my life. So one night I was in the strip club and a couple producers came in and they said, you are beautiful, you are destined to be a star. We're gonna make you so famous. I knew at that point that they were talking about porn. Still, even in that industry, felt like I wasn't good enough because I thought if I could just be perfect, somebody will love me, because it didn't matter what I did, how successful I was, how good my grades were. I never felt like I was good enough.
You're searching for real love? I'm gonna show you real love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you unconditional, relentless, everlasting love that can only come from Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, co-pastor of Open Wings Ministries, Octavia Roberts.
Your World has explored the good, the bad, and the downright ugly that can happen between a man and a woman in a relationship. Let's look back at some of the past Your World's guests whose relationships have, shall we say, had their ups and downs.
So do you feel like she trusts you?
Do I feel like she trusts me? What woman trusts a man?
Well, a lot of women trust a man. If you ever get in a situation where a woman doesn't trust you, then you're gonna get a whole lot of third degree coming.
She don't want me to work. She want to take care of me.
I understand he has to do what he has to do, but I just want you. He put so much effort and energy into his work. You know, put that same energy into becoming a better man for our marriage.
So do you feel like you're getting the leftovers?
Sometimes.
Okay. So he'll go out and he'll put his major energy into what he's doing in his craft, and then he come home tired and you get the leftovers.
Like
Creflo stuff problem.
I want to say something. I don't want you to ever forget this as long as you live, because this is how it works. How he treats you is none of your business. Your business is how you treat him. How she treats you is none of your business. Your business is how you treat her. Now watch what happens now when you put this together. When you get so busy treating one another and respecting one another, and you're not looking at yourself, You've dismissed selfishness and your total focus is one another. Now, easier said than done, but I tell you, if you do it, you will discover a whole new level of intimacy in your marriage that you didn't even know was there. So Anthony, I got like this big question. All right, you know what I'm gonna ask you, right? Join me, ready? What are you waiting for?
Kristen Arkell Dixon. My other half, love of my life. Will you please be my wife?
Thank you.
You get to marry your best friend.
My best friend.
And that's, I mean, you get to wake up with your best friend. You get to do all these things with your best friend. And the great thing about it is being together and getting older together. I love my wife more now, after 30-something years, than when I first met her. Why? Because I can't imagine living in this earth without her.
And now, please welcome Dr. Creflo Dollar.
Now, what would a 100th episode celebration be without special guests? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyrese Gibson and his wife, Samantha Lee. Thank you for coming and honoring me and us and being a part of this big celebration. And we don't have any problems talking. we don't have any problems at all. So I want to start off with this first question. Did you find the woman that you can live with, or did you find the woman you can't live without?
I found a woman I can't live without, for sure. Like, I actually didn't realize how lonely I was until I met my wife. Because I guess there's a way to confuse being busy with being focused. Sometimes we find ourselves running around, clubbing, partying, and you don't realize how empty you feel at a certain point from just chasing and chasing and chasing. It feels like this void that's just a lot. If you don't get a handle on it, you know, based on your appetite, it could kill you. And, you know, so it wasn't just an opportunity to get married, like, oh, you know, the ceremony, the balloons, the validation of it all. I married my best friend. We talk about everything. We have 6-7 hour long conversations. It's my baby. And between Samantha and my daughter, all this other stuff is just icing on the cake.
You're good to go, huh? Samantha, this actor, model, singer, songwriter, now author, and you getting ready to even consider being with Tyrese? You want to take us into your world?
Hi, everybody. That was part of the hesitation with everything. In the beginning, I was really, I took my time getting to know him. You know our story, but I actually met him 2 years ago. And it was between mutual friends. We ran into each other, and he asked me for my information, and we exchanged. But I never saw him again for 2 years. And it was because he's Tyrese. He was what everybody already knows about him. That was part of the hesitation why it took so long. And then when we met, we clicked. And I was still like, I don't know, I don't want to end up like the movie Temptation. Oh, Tyler Perry. I always think about that movie.
I thought you were going to say The Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
No, because Temptation, she went through a lot. She was married. Granted, that's the other side, but he was a millionaire and he was charming. And I was like, oh, when's the other shoe gonna drop? When is this guy gonna show me who he really is? And I'm gonna have to leave him. And I kept praying and praying. And I was like, God, you can send me a burning bush. I'm not gonna run from the burning bush. But it turned out that he was just as genuine as he says he was.
A lot of folks don't know this, but Pastor Dollar actually did our premarital counseling sessions, and we got married by Pastor Dollar. And we just want y'all to know, within everything that we could think of doing and praying about, we took all of the necessary steps to solidify the best marriage that we could possibly have. And where Pastor Dollar found himself being blown away is because during our sessions, we had already covered a lot of the most basic things that most people leave out as they're trying to take the journey. People get married, oh, you sexy, or the sex is good, or when you walk in the room, you take my breath away. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with getting married. I'm sorry.
Take your breath away, your money away, and your sanity away,
So it's one of them things, like when I personally say I married my best friend, it's because we went out of our way and took the time to actually get to know each other and be transparent, whether it's embarrassing or crazy. Tell me who you are, give me the heads up about what I'm walking into, give me the heads up of what's around the corner before we get there. It's been a lot of controversy. I'm like, you can't expect grown men that's been entertaining you for 10, 15, 20 years to be single forever and selling that. It's grown man season, and I'm proud to be a married man, and proud that God sent me what I've prayed for, and Samantha Gibson.
That's awesome. And, I got to say I'm so proud of you. I need to say this publicly. I define manhood as sacrificial servanthood. But in today's society, manhood has been replaced with shame. And men have been shamed because of what they couldn't do, what they tried to do, what they wanted to do. And man law put so much pressure on them that they finally abandoned families because they couldn't do what they needed to do. Number one, being the father, regardless of the situation, being a father to your daughter. And number two, loving your wife and receiving her not as your slave, not as somebody that you dominate, not somebody that you control for your own benefit, but someone that you've brought in as your equal to say, I need you as much as you need me. And together in this equality and in our partnership, we can do anything that God puts. Now, that's a real man. And I say today publicly, you a real man. You understand? You're a real man. And let me tell you, Sam, your heart, when you just broke out in tears, you remember that? I said her heart for Jesus Christ was just a ministry to Taffy and I. And it really blessed us. And thank you for being the woman of God you are, that you bring something to the table to make a difference, not only in his life, but in the lives of people that God will bring to you guys as well. You guys are amazing. I love it. You did the work. I'm so honored. Y'all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you is so important to me. And Taffy and I, we really appreciate you. We pray for you guys. We love you so much. And
this is our first interview, y'all. Like, ever. This is like...
Wow, right here on you. We've run out of time, and there's so much to talk about. In fact, we're going to have a part 2 of Your World's 100th episode celebration. We'll continue talking with these newlyweds about their relationship and the challenges of being under the media spotlight. We'll also get into what the future holds for this loving couple. We'll be right back. I'll see you in a minute.
Helping real people with real issues find real solutions. This has been the mission of Your World with Creflo since the first show aired 99 episodes ago. Together, we've watched, cried, and laughed as real people and celebrity guests alike shared their stories: racism, sexual abuse, bullying, alcoholism, suicide, pornography are just a few of the real issues Creflo Dollar and Your World have faced head-on. Through it all, sharing hope and grace with people just like you. Creflo Dollar is more committed than ever to his mission of saving and transforming lives. Now it's your time to be an agent of change in your world. Say yes with your tax-deductible gift of just $35. Creflo will immediately send you his blockbuster 5-part life course, The Grace Life Collection. Each session will provide solutions to release power in your relationships, your finances, and every area of your life. You'll quickly find yourself enjoying more freedom, joy, and passion. You'll also get your own Grace Certificate. Proudly display this keepsake in your office or home to show your commitment to sharing hope and grace around the world. Want more? With your special tax-deductible gift of $100 or more, you will receive a commemorative package celebrating Your World's first 100 episodes. Exclusive to this package is Creflo's all-new Your World Life Empowerment Series. This series focuses on helping you recover the divine identity you were created to have. And that's not all. You'll also receive the special 2-DVD Your World Centennial episode, featuring the complete uncut interview with Tyrese Gibson you saw today. You only saw a small portion of this engaging discussion. There's so much you missed that you must see as Tyrese and Samantha reveal some of the intimate parts of their storybook relationship. These special 100th episode commemorative items are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone. Plus, you also receive the Grace Life Collection and the signed Grace Certificate. Not only will your support help Your World expand to more markets and more stations, you'll transform lives and give others the tools they need to receive God's grace in life. Stand with Creflo. Respond today.
These first 100 episodes of Your World are accomplishing the show's mission of saving and transforming lives by sharing stories and testimonies that have inspired, encouraged, and challenged us all to live our best lives. As we celebrate this milestone, we're looking forward to continuing this mission during Your World's next 100 episodes. Please continue to support us by spreading the word through social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and visit us often at yourworldwithcreflo.com. Thank you again for 100 wonderful episodes. Let's make it 100 more. God bless you.
Thank you, partners and friends. Your love and financial support makes it possible to bring this message into millions of homes all across the globe.